Since 2014, Russia has actively worked to destabilize Ukraine and pull it back into the orbit of the Kremlin. Following the pro-European turn that triggered the Maidan protests, Russia has sent fighters and supplies onto the occupied territories of the Donbass and has deployed its military along its Ukrainian border. At the 8th Annual National Expert Forum, specialists and officials spoke about the risks of a full-scale Russian invasion.
Even despite the successes of our armed forces, National Guard, and state security services in repelling Kremlin aggression, the risk of a full-scale Russian operation remains on the table.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs estimates that currently there are over 35,000 Russian soldiers in eastern Ukraine. Russia has contributed 500 tanks and nearly 1,000 infantry fighting vehicles to fuel the conflict, as well as hundreds of multiple launch rocket systems and anti-tank weapons.
Это больше, чем имеется на вооружении, например, в Великобритании.
That's more than the United Kingdom has under arms. We are facing a threat on our borders. We're basically holding the rabid dog of the Putin regime and are blocking it from entering Europe.
The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense considers the liberation of the occupied territories in eastern Ukraine as the only acceptable solution to the conflict.
It's very important for us to have an option that allows for the gradual transition of the Donbass to international control. International control will allow for security and will start the preparations for elections there. Any other compromise leads to the formalization of a Russian protectorate.
Returning the Donbass to Ukrainian control is an idea supported by NATO, a key facilitator of the Minsk agreement.
And we call on all sides to implement their commitments under Minsk. Particularly, we emphasize the Russian obligation to withdraw their support to the militants, to withdraw their troops and their weapons.
The United States has declared itself an ally of Ukraine. Kurt Volker, the U.S. representative on Ukraine, will soon hold another meeting with Russian officials. There, he plans to present them with the joint position of Ukraine and the United States.
President Putin, I don't believe, has made a final decision what he wants to do here, and we're hopeful that we can reach an agreement where it's seen to serve everyone's interest, for Ukraine, for Russia, for the Western community as well, to see Russia withdraw its forces, support the restoration of territory to Ukraine, and to see the implementation of the political steps under the Minsk agreements. That's what we're hoping for.
Looking ahead to Ukraine's upcoming elections, the State Security Service of Ukraine has expressed concern that the Russian intelligence service will interfere in them in efforts to weaken Ukraine. The SBU has already begun countermeasures to ensure a free and fair election.